Hello guys, yes, today is another conspiracy theory video. Hey guys, it's Jillian. Today I'm doing my first ever conspiracy video / Mandela effect video. I've been wanting to do one of these videos for such a long time because I'm a big fan of conspiracy theory videos. My friends know it, my family knows it, everyone knows it. And now I'm sharing it with you. So these are all my favorite, mind-blowing, most interesting conspiracy theories / Mandela effects that I want to share with you guys because, conspiracy theories are my thing. I'm gonna start off with Mandela effects just because they're a little smaller and you don't have to really talk about them, I guess you could say. So the first Mandela effect is one that's the most popular, and it's the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstain Bears. Which TBH was not a big fan of the Berenstain Bears, but I knew for a fact that it wasn't no Berenstain Bear. That doesn't even flow together. The Berenstain Bears flow, you know? Another one is Sex in the City or Sex and the City. So if you remember it being Sex in the City, now it's Sex and the City doesn't flow once again, don't make no sense. The next Mandela effect I have is Fruit Loops or Fruit Loops, spelled like fruit or F-R-O-O-T. And now it's spelled F-R-O-O-T, but I remember it being Fruit Loops. I remember having that little thing that went with the loop. I don't remember that, but the next one, I 100% agree. It's either JCPenney without an E or JCPenney with an E. And okay, so I was at this restaurant and it was right across the street from JCPenney, and I was eating my mashed potatoes, and I looked at JCPenney and I legit go, I was thinking out loud, and I go, Mom, when did JCPenney add an E? I legit said that. And I didn't even know this was a Mandela effect, and then I look up Mandela effects a couple days later, and I realized that it's a Mandela effect, and everyone else is thinking that too, and I was okay, if I was questioning that, just right off the bat, because I was just looking at the name, obviously it's true. I do not remember them having an E. Okay, another thing I don't agree with, or I think is Mandela effect, is the Ford logo. So if you look closely, it's an F, and it goes like that, but then on the F, where it goes like this, I don't know how to describe it, it has a little curly Q or something like that, and I don't remember seeing that. I mean, it is kind of a small detail, but still, I really don't remember seeing that. And when there's all these commercials, I literally ask myself, did you add that on? I don't know. The most Mandela effects that I don't think are true are the ones that don't flow, the Flintstones, maybe it was Flintstones and everyone just didn't say the T, but still I don't remember it looking like that, you know? I don't know. And then another one is the monkey, Curious George. It has no tail now, but I specifically remember it having a tail, and going on the branches. I don't know. I've watched your shows before, but again, it was when I was younger. So I don't quite remember, but I do remember having a tail, no buts or ands or about it. Another one is Pokemon, and on the tail it had black on it, or Pikachu. Sorry, I don't know Pokemon or Pikachu. So tail with black tip or tail with no tip. I do remember having a black tip. Again, I wasn't a big Pokemon fanatic, but that is one thing that I do remember because I always saw the logo or whatever. Okay, so that is all for the Mandela effects I have for right now. These are just the most popular. I know it's probably ones that you've heard of, but those are the ones that are most mind-blowing to me, and the most ones that I think are true. Now we're just gonna go on to conspiracy theories, which I love. Okay, so the first conspiracy theory is just right off the bat. That's always in my head. I don't know why, but Shane Dawson actually did a video of this. it's just always been there. And when I read it, or like when I saw him like say it, I was like, wait, I just need to go to sleep now because I'm shook. But it's basically the theory that we're all in a sim, and like we're like, this is like a video game universe kind of. Okay, so let me explain. So it starts out with this guy who are like all these scientists, and this like really smart guy like says it all the time in like interviews on how like in the future, in like 20 something, like way in the future, technology and video games and like TV is gonna get so advanced, and it already has, that we are going to not be able to interpret reality and like fake life, I guess. So basically, you know, technology and video games have already become so advanced. You know, you have those like goggles that you put on and you really feel like you are in that real world, and people are like right next to you or like shooting at you. You know, like you feel like you're there. Just in 2001, we didn't even have phones back then. We didn't have like TV really back then. Like we didn't really have anything. And then only 17 years later, or really 15, 14 years later, we're having like iPhones, we're having, you know, big screen TVs, we're just having all this advanced technology, and that's only in like 15 years. So what else could advance during that 15 years? So then, like, once again, in the future, you know, people are not going to be able to interpret the video games from their real life, and it's either gonna be like us controlling us, like in the video game, if we're like in a sim, like right now, or like people in the future. So this also goes along with deja vu and all that stuff. Like the world is glitching, and that's why you feel like you've done it again, because whoever's controlling you, whoever's playing you, has died and come back to life, and then the game the game glitches, and that's when you get deja vu, because you feel like you've done it before, and you have, if you keep dying and stuff. And then the scientist, or like the person, I forgot his name, I'll like put it somewhere on the screen, but he said that the only point of reason where he would say that we're not in a sim is if sometime in the future there's like a nuclear war and we get blown up, and then all of evolution, all of life has to, you know, start up again, and that's us right now. So that's really shaking my mind a bit, because, you know, it kind of does make sense. I mean, I've told my friends and my family, and they don't really believe it, but to me it does make a lot of sense, just because of how technology has changed so much in the little time we've been here, and how much it could change in the future if we already have these basics or these stepstones to build on. Another conspiracy theory that I love talking to people about, and I just always have believed in it right when I read it, is the conspiracy theory that the Titanic is actually the Olympic, and they switched it out, and the Titanic really didn't sink, it was the Olympic. So it all starts out with very fishy things, like there's pictures of the Titanic in the water, and it doesn't really spell Titanic, there's like an O and a P, and that's like obviously not in Titanic. And also it goes back to when the Titanic, sorry, these facts are all coming from my head. I haven't really prepped for this video, so that's why I'm a bit all over the place. But the Olympic, I think, had troubles already, but they still wanted to get like the insurance money out of it or something, and they still wanted their money back. So they built the Titanic, which looks very, very similar to the Olympic. And then they switched it out and told people it was a Titanic, and they knew it was gonna sink basically, but they wanted all that insurance money and like all the money from that, if you get what I mean. And then to back this up, a lot of like higher up people, like higher class citizens, I don't know how to say that, like right before the Titanic like went off, a lot of people you know, like said I don't want to go anymore or whatever. There's like a specific guy or something who was gonna sail the Titanic, but right before, like a day before it sailed, he said, "Oh, I'm sick." But then it turns out that there was a picture of him like walking the streets with his wife or something, and like looking not sick at all, and like you know, not sick, because usually when you're sick, you can't just be roaming around. Like, if he wasn't that sick, why wouldn't he just go on the Titanic? Like, there's a theory that the Denver airport is like a Illuminati like station thing. Again, sorry, I'm not like reading. I'm not prepped for this video, okay? But yeah, so like underground of apparently it's like a literal city because they built so many tunnels and stuff that like literally you could probably live down there, and they think that a bunch of like Satanists and like you know, Illuminati people are like living down there and like trying to make a plan for like when like the world is like collapsing, they like come out or whatever. And a bunch of people think this is true because like in the Denver airport, there's like paintings of like Hitler looking people like having guns, and like it shows like citizens and like people screaming, and just like really deathly painting, which I don't know what's that supposed to mean. Like, why do you have it there? And then they also have this like horse in front of the airport that like stands up, and it looks really scary, and it has like red eyes at night. And then also the guy who like sculpted the horse actually died while sculpting it because it landed on him. So there's that. But yeah, that's like a little conspiracy theory. Like, I don't know if that one's true or I necessarily totally believe in it, but I definitely think it is a possibility because there's, again, a lot of sketchy things with that painting and that horse. Like, it's kind of like creepy. So. Oh, also, there's also, like when Obama was president, he like apparently went into the Denver airport and he like never came out, but then people like saw him like in another state, but apparently he like never flew out of there, like walked out of there, like drove out of there, like he like nobody ever like saw him again. He like just disappeared in there, and people think he like went into the tunnel or something. I don't know. Okay, so another conspiracy theory is one that I really like. I love celebrity conspiracy theories of like their death, and a lot of them just relate to like CIA and stuff. But here's a specific one that I always remember is the Marilyn Monroe one, that she got murdered by the CIA. And this is because she had an affair with JFK, and people think that she caught onto something. But yes, so she, I think, like found out something about the government, I don't know, and people think that the CIA killed her. Okay, the next conspiracy theory is that man really didn't land on the moon. Oh my gosh. This is actually one that all my friends believe in. Like, usually I'll tell them conspiracy theories and they're just like, girl, what are you even talking about? But this one, they believe in. High strong, believe in. So I was, a sophomore year, I was in earth space science, and so we were learning about the moon and the stars and the planets. And of course, they like showed us like the landing of the moon, right? That was my first time seeing it, and I just sat there. I was laughing, really, like laughing in my head, obviously. But I was like, okay. Seriously though, like that's the fakest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I know it was a long time ago and the camera quality wasn't that great and everything, but theory goes that, you know how the US and the Soviet Union, or like Russia, were in competition for each other to get to the moon first. So that competition got so high strung and so competitive that basically America wasn't there yet. They were not even close. They had so many failed attempts and they had people like die, and like they didn't have the technology, they didn't know what to do, so they basically just filmed like a production of a man going on the moon, and they just, you know, broadcasted that and made it live and said to Russia or the Soviet Union, you know, we beat you, ha ha, and they really didn't. And I mean, that's basically it. Like, if you watch the video, it's just so unbelievably fake. And again, I knew it was filmed in space with low quality video, but like, I just don't see any gravity. Like, he was barely jumping. He was like, ha ha, like me, like skipping, honestly. It looks like the fakest thing ever. Like, it doesn't even look real. Again, I've never been to space, but this is just... There was a fluttering flag. On this, like, space.com website, like, it's literally space.com, and it says, Apollo moon landing hoax theories that won't die. Floating flag. The American flag appears to wave in the lunar wind. If you look closely, you will notice the flag's edges are pulled taut. This effect, which was done purposefully, literally though, in the video, it was fluttering. Like, I get how it could be like looking like it was fluttering, but like it was fluttering. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and if you want more conspiracy theories, definitely give me a thumbs up. I really want to do more like more pop culture kind of videos of like celebrities nowadays, and like TV shows and movies and just all that kind of jazz, like songs too. I'm really into that, just because, you know, it more relates to us, because I know a lot of people who watch me and like to see me, just me. So I feel like you guys will like more relate to it and like be more excited about it almost in a way, because like things that are going on right now. But anyways, again, I know it wasn't that informative of conspiracy theories, just because the sun was setting and I really wanted to film a video today because I have to pre-film before school gets out, and I don't have any videos pre-filmed, so I just really needed to get up some videos right now. And it's kind of late in the day, so I just really need to do it really fast, and I wasn't planning on doing a video like this. That's why I'm not really, again, prepped. Like, I don't have that information, but I just wanted to give you guys like a majority of conspiracy theories that I love, and if you guys are interested in any of them, I'll have links down below that give you more information about them, so you can investigate them on your own, I guess. But yes, definitely give a thumbs up if you like conspiracy theories and want more, and also subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.